We're going to lighten things up a little bit this morning. Now, Sexpo, Africa's largest human sensuality and lifestyle expo, and one of South Africa's favourite annual exhibitions, is back. Its 2016 incarnation sees a new date, a new venue, and the introduction of some new touches. It's the 10th anniversary of the show, which will be held at the Johannesburg Expo Centre in Nasrec. The show is also not all sensual fun and high-spirited games. Education and health also form part of an integral part of the Sexpo mix. Now, Australia's Sexpo founder, David Ross, like all successful entrepreneurs, has spent the past 20 years turning the world on by tapping into what they really want. 3 million people, to be exact, that's the number of bodies who have been teased and titillated by one of our most primal curiosities. Now, we have the pleasure of welcoming, no pun intended there, of welcoming all the way from Australia, the founder of Sexpo, David Ross. He joins me in studio. David, I guess, thanks very much. I guess it's an important time. I mean, the 10th anniversary, 20 in Australia.
20 in Australia, yes.
Incredible.
It's showing my age, isn't it, really?
Tell us a little bit how this came about. It's an interesting story, how you came up with this.
Well, it's actually a public relations exercise for a chain of adult bookstores. And so I was doing public relations for Club X, which is a 35-store nationally brand in Australia. And so the brief was to make the stores more comfortable for women to go into. And after looking at the stores, I realised that I was fighting a losing battle. They really needed to be revamped. And you'll see now in South Africa, as in Australia, adult stores are becoming much more female-friendly, and they're bright and airy, and they're not, well, some of them. But in the day, 20 years ago, they were all pretty dingy. So I realised I was fighting a losing battle. And so without going into too much detail, I realised that we really needed to take the product out of the store and put it into an environment where women were already comfortable going. And it turned out in the first instance to be at an exhibition conference centre in a hotel, small lobby situation with 20 stands. And the idea was then to surround the base product, being toys or adult toys, with what we call warm fluffy stuff. So we were trying to enclose the toys with the health education, spas and lingerie and hair and makeup and all these things that would make it appealing, rather than saying to someone, "Oh, I'm going to the show where they sell vibrating rubber devices." They could say, "I'm going to a health, sexuality and lifestyle exhibition," and while they're there, they just happen to see some other product. So it really was a, it was a marketing ploy to start with. And fortunately, the local show has stuck to those guns, and they've got great health education and some great stuff for women and so forth. So that
is my next question. I mean, what can people expect? I mean, in terms of you look at something with the name Sexpo, possibly you could see sleaze and a bit of underhanded, underground kind of thing. It's not like that at all. Is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely not. I mean, the Sexpo brand, worldwide brand, has the name of the brand has suffered some problems because it does conjure up those ideas. But it's also very descriptive, of course. So it is basically a sex expo, but the brand Sexpo is all-encompassing of all things adult lifestyle. So it's certainly not one great big, sex toy shop. There's all sorts of things, from lingerie to health information. Most importantly, the local organiser has Cannes SA on board this year, and there's breast screening, there's pap smear, there's AIDS testing on site. So it's important health information on display as well.
There's also I saw I don't know if you know about it, because I know you've just landed to celebrate the 10th year, Miss Nude SA. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I haven't had the fortune to meet her at this I deliberately miss out the miss part there. I haven't had the chance to meet her yet, but I have seen her. She's very popular on Twitter, I believe.
Okay. Let's talk about the serious side of this. I mean, in South Africa, we have huge amounts of sexual violence in our society. I mean, when people go to expos like this, I mean, is there a sense of, cleanliness, a sense of peace? I mean, it's a big problem in South Africa, I mean, as you know.
We, right from word go, in 1996 in Melbourne, Australia, when we started, made sure that we had more abundance of security, because we realised it was a public relations exercise for the adult industry at large. So we placed more security than was ever thought needed. And we have never had a problem to date. I mean, there's been evictions because of for various reasons. When you're talking 3 million people that visited the shows over the period, I'd be lying to say there hasn't been a few evictions. But the truth of the matter is, people are very well behaved, and it mainly really is a couples event. So. It's not.
Is that your target for couples to go along?
Absolutely. And this is why we've always aimed at women, because we believe the women make the choices. Sorry, guys. The women make the choice and bring the guys along. So we need to make the environment, and it's in our licence agreement with the local crew and with in the UK, that the environment, the vibe, needs to be such that it's comfortable for women, because. To be truthful, without the women getting into our product, then we'd be going nowhere.
I mean, did you ever realise, where's the show? I mean, you've got a South African show that's been going for 10 years. You've got an Australian show goes for 20 years. I mean, did you ever foresee this brand, going on such a large scale?
No, I didn't. When we built the first show, I think we started building at midnight and opened at 11 a.m. in the morning. Now it takes 2 days to build, and we spent 100,000 Australian dollars on the staging, and here, several 100,000 rand. I walked around with a handy cam at the time, and I've got 20 seconds of tape that it took me to walk around the show.
Was it? Yeah.
And I thought, look what I've done. And so it is very humbling, and it's great to walk into anywhere in the world and see. Queues of people. The great thing is you see people in their 80s, and this is with no exaggeration, walking around holding hands, looking at product. I've seen people on walking frames. There's young people, there's old people, there's gay people, there's straight people, there's single people, there's groups of girls on a hen's night. So it is humbling, and it's great to know that we've come to this. But to answer your question in short, no, I had no idea.
And there's obviously an age restriction on entrance to these expos, right?
Yes, well, the show in the contract, once again, the local show has to abide by all local laws. I think it's 18 here.
Yep, that's right.
And so the show is restricted to 18. There's nothing on display or for sale. It's illegal in the territory that the show is being held. And that goes to, videos or movies or so forth. If it's not legal in the territory, it's not on display. So we're very careful about that, because once again, we're very protective of our brand. And it should be noted that we fight numerous trademark infringement battles on a monthly basis. We won a case in the States not so long ago. We've got one, looks like pending in Harare, where someone thinks that they're going to run a Sexpo next month, and our lawyers are onto that at the moment. So they'll be hearing from us soon if they're watching. I have emailed you, by the way.
People can't just jump on board and start...
no, we're trademarked across the world in numerous classes. Our wording is copyrighted. We're a big brand. We're not Coca-Cola, but we're a big brand, and we protect our brand as such.
Well, good luck, I guess. It's a 10th anniversary. It's an important day. Just to give you some of the dates, it starts tomorrow. Is that right?
That's right, 11 a.m.
That's right, 11 a.m. at the Joburg Expo Centre in Nasrec. It's a lovely venue for this kind of thing. Strictly over 18s only. Thursday is 100 Rand. I'm just reading you from the press release. 250 Rand for a gold ticket. And Friday to Sunday, 150 for silver and 250 Rand for gold. Can you just explain maybe how that works?
I'm sure you're right there.
I am. I think.
The individual organiser does their own pricing, but that is true. That's the case. There is also, I might add, a platinum pass available, which we introduced in Australia recently, which is, I think, 1,000 Rand or something, but it gives backstage access and meeting the stars and so forth. But I should say to Peter, to you and your staff, we will supply some tickets, okay?
Great. Well, congratulations, I guess, is in order. David Ross, I guess many people thinking the damn Australians taking over our industry as well, eh?
Well, no. It's a local organiser, and he's doing a marvellous job.
Sure. David, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for chatting to us. Good luck for the Expo. I gave you those details of the Expo at the Nasrec Expo Centre this coming weekend from the 27th. That's Thursday all the way through until Sunday there. It's in its 10th anniversary, so if that's your thing, get on down to Nasrec and check it out.